Let's go, boys. Let's have some fun with another Age of Empires forecasted game. We're having in the color green playing as the Japanese, it's Numudan. And in the color purple, playing as the Mongols, is Oppa. Oppa reminds me of a friend I had in China. He was Korean. We call him Oppa because Oppa is like I think it's like brother in Korean. We always call him Oppa. And I remember one day I was talking to him. He was a pilot. Very successful pilot. Actually, he's been in the industry for a lot of years. Look like 40 something, but doesn't look like 40 something. He looks like a really handsome guy, good looking, have money. You know, everything's good. One day we were talking. We were just talking about flying, and I asked him, "Don't you feel scared to drive a plane? Like, if you think about it." Wait, where's this going? Oh, this is just gonna gather a ship. It's like the scout is telling him, "You know what? I came here before you." But anyway, so I asked him, "Aren't you afraid of flying a plane?" And you know, there's a lot of responsibility to that, right? There's a lot of people in there, and there's been, you know, there's track records there from plane crashes, and I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And also, there is not such thing as automatic landing, right? So it's like, or weather conditions can be unpredictable, and you know, I find it. Don't you find it scary? Like, isn't it like so much pressure? And he says to me, "No, not at all. I'm not really scared. You know what I'm scared? I think I'm more scared about women." And I was like, "What? What do you mean you're scared with women?" It's like, yeah, like woman is such a mysterious creature, and it's like it's so hard to understand women and to actually, like, you know, I mean, a really good relationship with them, or talking to them, or you know, or maybe you want to date a woman and you don't know exactly what to do and everything. And I find it amazing. Like a guy like this, very successful, good looking, you know, you know the classic, a pilot, right? It's you know, very attractive to many women. He's being just honest with me. It's like, you know what? I'm more scared about women than actually driving a plane. How is that? Anyway, looks like this guy is not scared to tower rush here, so probably he's more scared about women. Anyway, got an outpost here for the Mongols. Are they two spears in here? Let's see if Numudan does something about it. The other two spears should be arriving soon. This is the classic bolt guy and the other girl. Classic stuff. Now, this is not bold by genetics. This is by this is like, how do you say? I forgot the word. This is my hairstyle. It's not like I was bald because, you know, I'm getting old or anything. This is by choice. I'm bald by choice. We are not the same. We are not the same for sure. Got the silver tree already paging up for Oppa. And already Numudan having the Kure storehouse there, for having those nice free farms here. Wondering what he's about to do here. I got too immersed in the Oppa story that I didn't even check, like if he went for stone, for gold. Anyway, so gonna see archers here. Now that's a interesting choice. Archers, not really, as you say, they're not really the best units for the Japanese without the Yumi Bannerman. Just because they don't have that attack bonus. And they're weaker. They're faster, but they're weaker. I mean, at this point, if you're dealing with spearmen, guess you have no choice but to get the archers. And look at those boys. They're just going there. Try to find something. The problem is the Mongols are a little bit hard to harass just because they move the town center very close to the wood line, very close to the gold. And usually, most of the cases, it's very hard to put some pressure of it. The only place where you can put pressure, mostly it's the Ubu, which is far from the base most of the time. But there's nothing you can do with archers. You cannot torch. You don't have torch damage with archers. The exiles are already going for Numudan. Making sure. Gonna bring all the villagers here. Plus 75 damage. And now the archers will be just there to deal with those spearmen as soon as they go out. Outpost about to go down. Spearmen running. The Yumi, Ashigaru, they are really fast. So anyway, they will get away this time. A couple of outposts here going for Numudan. Looks like he's gonna go very heavy on gold. And Oppa managed to leave the Japanese base without getting any spearman kill. Trade post here, a little bit exposed, but no, not the worst. I've seen worse, I think. Only 13 gold, oh my god. Oh, it's from here, it's from here. It's gonna move them soon. I already have 2 traders in total. So let's see. Numudan, it's already on a timer here because you have the trade from the Mongols that you need to stop. So, but by the time you go castle, they already have a decent amount of traders. Probably you're just waiting to go castle to just get you know, the samurai, the Mount Samurai, and then you can just have some nice cavalry to deal with the trade. But most likely your opponent will also have cavalry. So let's see how it goes. Already a couple of Keshiks here. Now go to the gold. Archers, not really the best unit when it comes to dealing with Keshiks, but at least you have a couple of towers here, so he will be forced to go back. Every time I hear that falcon, that hawk, is it falcon hawk? Every time I hear that sound, I hear about Beastie. He always tries to imitate the sound, and he does it actually pretty well. He practices a lot. This is a guy who's committed to actually making the perfect sound for the falcon of the can. There you go, a Scouting falcon. Confirm, it's not a hawk, it's a falcon. I remember one of my Muay Thai teachers had a falcon. I don't know if it's a hawk or a falcon, I don't know the difference, but it was really aggressive and he had to put something in his arm just because the claws can actually hurt him. And he used to train him and went out to the dunes, to the desert and throw him, catch some birds, and he come back, and it's amazing. Can actually do that. Numudan almost there for aging up. Kan's just gonna be annoying here. And the Keshiks just gonna try to find whatever they can. Meanwhile, the trade. Let's take a look at the trade. 8 traders already. Now that's a lot of traders. It's because you're building from the silver tree. So you're building it cheaper. And you also have another trade post, so... Or you are also building from here. So you're gonna have a lot of traders soon. So what is more important? Is it to get the relics as soon as possible, just like the Japanese will do? Or is it having established trade where you don't need to worry about gold anymore? I don't know what's better. Probably the trade in the long run, but let's see how things go. I'm really curious about how this will end here. Meanwhile, Keshik numbers are increasing for Oppa. You have a couple of archers here, just protecting the trade. Take a look at his base. So it's gonna be the blacksmith. Just getting the blacksmith here. A little bit of everything. And the archers went down to hunt the traders. Actually, archers doing pretty good against the traders. They do decent damage, and they're also fast, so not really a bad choice. And we see Numudan will go for the Mount Samurai here. I'm gonna get some map control at this point. He's just staying at his base. Cannot go out. Luckily for him, he has farms, so he's in a really good spot, and he also has berries. So Japan is actually a very, very fun civilization to play with. Your opponent already have 9 Keshiks. So let's see how 9 Keshiks do against 1 Mount Samurai. The Keshik being, of course, a weaker early knight, but you know, I don't feel really the difference from the healing mechanic. Like, I don't feel it's justified, like the stats of this unit just because they can heal. It's because you don't get much opportunities to heal, at least in battle. Like, you won't heal that much. So, but they are cheaper. They are cheaper, so technically you can potentially have more. And look at the samurai, actually tanking a lot of damage, and he's with the Uma Bannerman, so he will even have boost damage here. Top 3 samurais already on the field. Looks like the Yoroshiro was placed here, and there is indeed, and there is the Keshiks inside the Japanese base. Like they will have to retreat. At this point you can just hit the forge just to heal. First relic already coming back for Numudan. Sure exactly which one, but Numudan already taking care of the trade here. Just to kill a couple of traders. And no emplacements for these outposts yet. And looks like Oppa is not gonna be going to Castle Age anytime soon, so he will need to stay with just the arrow slits emplacement and just some Keshiks there to deal with that Mount Samurai. Problem is the number of Mount Samurai is increasing, so it's gonna be harder and harder to deal with them. The more Mount Samurai coming here. That's the only unit he needs. And with the Yoroshiro, it only takes 12 seconds to get it. So with a lot of villagers on gold, have 10. Have, you know, forget about the upgrades, economic upgrades. Those are for people who are not focused on killing. Mount Samurais are the priority here. Forget about the economic upgrades. Looks like Oppa will have an army good enough to deal with this harassment here. Like, more units will be here. It needs to be in all the places. Let's take a look at Oppa vision. We have outposts all over the place, so he knows where is his opponent, at least on the trade line. He doesn't have vision on his base, but at this point Oppa is just focusing on improving his trade route. You know, you're already 16 traders, not bad at all. So the more you have, of course, the better it is for you. At this point you should just create more stables so you can have a bigger number of Keshiks to deal with this. Numudan also focusing only on Mount Samurai. We don't see any other unit yet. Like, was about to be an engagement here. And Oppa just following the Mount Samurais, just to make sure there are no traders here. As traders are starting to leave food, let's take a look at Numudan's space. Still pretty much the same. Starting to get some spearmen, so it's gonna be able to deal with those Keshiks. Looks like the Mount Samurais are not gonna be enough to deal with that number of Keshiks. More outposts coming here. Already having a lot of pastures here, which is good. as good as the Mongol. Like, you always want to go for the resources, but it's a little bit risky when you have your opponent with Mount Samurais in the base all the time. So you want to go the pastures. And now it's a big fight here. This is a lot of Mount Samurais. The problem is those spearmen here to be able to deal a lot of damage to those Keshiks. Like, it's gonna be the samurai against the Keshiks. That's how it's gonna be. Keshiks just chilling out. It's like, there you go. Back to work. And it's just... At this point, the Mount Samurais are too many. Look at the army value. It's already 5,000 for Numudan. Deciding to take an engagement here, but there are a lot of spearmen. It's gonna be able to take down a lot of the Mount Samurais. But he still has 15 left. So number is still looking good for him. Still focusing on that. Meanwhile, all the villagers will go to the berries. Now remember that the Japanese have a bonus for berries, like Takesaiku, and gather's speed from berries is increased, so you always want to go for berries with those upgrades. Upgrades for the town center coming is gonna be the Daimyo Palace. Get another bannerman. I don't find extremely good like the upgrades unless you get to the Shogunate Castle. Except where like to get the bannerman, but once you get to the Shogunate Castle, like your base is very strong. It's very strong. And I feel like you need it in Castle Age just because you don't have access to keeps. Therefore your base is very vulnerable. So eventually you will need to get it. Numudan only in one town center too, so keep that in mind. Oppa doing a really good job. Look at that trade route, it's looking really good. Let's take a look at the number of traders. Already 23. Decent number of traders. You can see the gold income, and you don't have anyone on gold. Only five, and I already have 1.2k gold per minute. At this point, have a lot of food. Can increase your production by a lot. It's gonna stay in feudal age for a long time. Like he's macroing to go castle himself. Only 200 foot left to go castle. Gonna upgrade all those units, but he still he cannot stop fighting. Wololo attempt. Ugh, that was close. What happens if you Wololo a trader? Let me get a trader for you. Villagers gathering the deer here. Gotta be careful with those knights. And the charge from the Keshiks is actually doing a very decent damage. And Oppa is already aging up with the Kurutai. With 19 villagers, he's rushing it. He needs those upgrades now. Now more spearmen here to protect the trade. Oppa doing a really wonderful job in protecting the trade for the Mongols. Doing it the way it's supposed to be, like, you know, with army, having a lot of army, because you don't have access to walls. Then you rely on your army, on your vision, on your outposts. No Yam Aura yet. So units won't have the move speed bonus. At this point you can think about getting it. You already have a lot of army units. You already have veterancy coming for all the 3 units. Spearmen, archers, Keshiks. And also getting the unique upgrades for the Keshiks. +1 health attack. And increase the attack speed, obviously. So it's pretty good. Like, those traders are gonna go down. So far, 17 traders have been killed during this match. 18. It's gonna be 19 with this one. So it's a lot. It's a lot of economy. But in the end, Oppa, it's it's having more villagers. You're seeing here that he's having 90 here. Like Numudan will go for the gold in the back. That's the problem with the Japanese. You feel like the map control is a little bit hard just because you don't get access to keeps. So in a way you're like the Mongol where you need to put pressure to expand little by little. We're starting to see samurais. And this is an army that it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit of everything. +2 range attack coming for Oppa. Oh, I'm sorry. Numudan actually has upgrades. It's just that they don't show in the observer mode. Relic, if you're watching this, please fix this issue in the next patch. More units coming here for Oppa. Oh, there is this upgrade. Odachi, +4 damage to infantry units, which makes these veteran samurais like extremely good against archers, spearmen. Half of the army that you see here, these samurais will melt them. And the Kurultai is already here. Like there's gonna be an engagement here. Gonna torch those towers. No emplacements on those towers, so they're not gonna do any kind of damage. Also, you get some bounty here from burning buildings. Now it looks like Oppa is going for it. The Khan fires the arrow speed arrow. Keshik's already on the base, but this is not a shogunate castle yet. So this is not gonna throw the rocket. He's free to go inside the base. The base Kurultai already deploying here. The Khan has been killed. Military numbers for Oppa looking really solid here. Numudan struggling to defend. But the numbers for Oppa are starting to decrease. At least his main force of tanking damage is decreased. The Keshiks are just there. They're gonna start raiding. Villagers start fighting. Everyone goes. Anyway, Numudan taps out. Oppa showing a really nice performance, showing how the Mongol you can protect the trade and actually fight in feudal for a longer time.